almost drove over that cub, to be quite honest with you, and it was because there's a hippo right here as well. We've got lion cubs in front of us busy hunting a hippopotamus. I don't quite know where I want to place the car here. So here we have that hippo that's been sitting in the Voyatella pan, and it's being stalked by some lions. Only not stalked like we would think it being stalked by adult lions, it's being stalked by the cubs of the Nkuhumas. This is insane. Yeah, I'm in the sighting, thank you very much, Herbert. Stations, we have portions of the Nkuhuma Pride mobile in a southerly direction towards Voyatella Dam. Best approach is on Vubu, one station in this position. Excuse me for doing some admin there, folks, while Herbie just hands over the sighting to me. But isn't this the most bizarre thing, where we've got this hippo? I don't know what this hippo is going to do. To be honest with you, it's quite a dangerous place for these cubs to be. Let's see if this lioness moving through here elicits any sort of charge from this hippo. Between the cubs and the hippo at the moment. And I hope that we're not in too much danger here from this hippo. This hippo is enormous. We're looking at several thousand pounds of animal here, quite capable of chopping a lion in half. And let's see, this lioness is going to look up now and see this hippo. She hasn't even seen this hippopotamus. That is crazy. Hello, girl. Literally feet away from Brian, who's leaning away from this lion as we speak. That is crazy. This hippo they didn't even see. Have a look at this hippo standing right here. Eyes wide open, literally just standing dead still. What a mad sighting. Why this hippo didn't do anything beyond me. It literally, I think, is just standing here just waiting for the lions to pass in the hope that the lions don't see him, and that is exactly what's happened. These lions have moved past. The cubs saw the hippo. They were stalking him, having a bit of a game. He stopped. Adult lioness walked straight past him, didn't even see him, and is now behind the car walking down the road. Mad. All right, I think we're going to stick with the lions, of course, but just in parting, Mr. Hippo, I hope, well, I don't know what you're going to do with your day, where you're on your way to, but have a good day. Crazy. Hey, Brian, you ever seen anything like that? Brian says no. We have to absolutely thank Herbert for this particular sighting, especially the rarity of seeing lion cubs play hunting at a fully grown adult male hippo. Like I said, I'm at a loss for words. I've got this radio going crazy. If you'd excuse me while I just have to put the volume up over here. This is obviously a sighting that people would like to join. And as much as what I want to switch it off, I am unable to. You can see that little cub just running in front of his mom. They're now moving away from Gallagher Pan. They've been at this pan for, I don't know, probably the better part of a week. And although they've killed one or two things, Herbert definitely found the remains of a kill, and he also found the tracks of where they grabbed a buffalo, but the buffalo got away. And I think they're going to be moving pans. I think these mothers are hungry. They got no males in attendance with them, so that male that was with these females has moved on. I think for them, probably thankfully. Let's see where they go for the day. They are moving deeper into Little Gowrie, and let's go here. These cubs are playing on the branch here. Let's see if we can get a visual of that. Look at that. Lion in a tree. It's just mom just having a head rub with a little cub. He's going to fly out of this tree. Unfortunately, with not as much grace as he should. Let's see what happens. Oh, tail, bit of a balance. Actually, he's not doing too bad. Mother's making these soft contact calls all the time. Just reassuring the cubs of where they are all the time. Let's see what happens over here. She looks like she's going to have another game with him in the tree. Oh, hello. You can see the social nature of these lions, which is so atypical of any of the cats in the world. That these large predatory cats have evolved to be cooperative hunters, living in these families, very good mothers, very good protectors of their babies, and are basically the custodians of the lion gene pool here. You know, they are responsible, mother lions are responsible solely for lions proliferating, for lions being lions, really. So we have 3 adult lionesses here, formidable force. Let's see, what they've done is these cubs have actually gone off playing somewhere. And I think what's happened here is that they've lost visual of their cubs, which is creating this confusion. Let's go up here and see if we can't share this moment. Cubs discovering the mist for themselves. Oh, there they are. They've gone running away, play game with one another. Can you see them there, Brian? So these cubs have actually, in a game, disappeared. And they've run off, which is creating a little bit of tension for their moms, because they are now at that uncomfortable distance away from the mothers. I think what's happening is they're feeling pretty safe in the mist there. And they've let their game of chase get away with them. And now the moms have gone back to go and fetch them, taking the rest of the cubs, the ones that are a little bit shy of demeanor. Have a look at those cubs just having a ball there. Mark, you 100% correct there. It is exactly like a human mom trying to round up the rowdy kids every which way. And I think the frustration that these females are feeling is almost palpable, I must be honest. So now what's happened is the mothers have had to change the direction that they were walking in, absolutely. All right. Let me just go this way. All right, so we're quickly going to change the direction of our travel here. We're going to try and see if we can get over the dam wall and in front of where these cubs are moving to. So if you just excuse the back of my head for a second or two. This isn't the first time I've considered asking Brian to paint a face on the back of my head to keep you company while I drive around. Just have a look at this. So for those of you who have access to the Djuma dam cam, you might be able to see these cubs through the mist. Not every day that we are this high above a lioness. There she goes. They've now rounded up the cubs and will probably come. Once the game is finished, of course. Have a look at these little ones just chasing each other around everywhere. So now one has caught the other one and is now choking it, as lions do. Moms are just calling them the whole time. Cubs are not wanting to listen. They're just wanting to play. These moms look hungry. They're definitely... I mean, they're not starving, to be honest. A starving lion looks starving. Have a look at this. It's just we don't really even know where to point the camera anymore. There's just action everywhere. Anne from Durban in South Africa. Good morning, Anne. You've asked how do they know all their cubs are here? Can lions count? Anne, oh, sorry. I think that there's a very good chance that lions know exactly how many cubs they've got and where their cubs are. Let's have a look at this lioness literally lying at our back tire. Excuse me. If I'm giving Brian probably... There's a lion coming up here next to us. A little cub has just managed to, in lion terms, probably scale a small mountain. And we've got these little cubs playing right here at our feet. They're all going to come up the road. There's the mother coming up, another one coming up. So to finish the answer to your question there, they similar to one just latching on, similar to how we know how many babies we got. These lionesses know exactly how many cubs they've got and where they are. Cubs can get lost, absolutely. Look at them chasing each other down the road there. That is just crazy. There's just lions everywhere. Got a lioness lying right next to us, literally. A cub is littered everywhere. This one looks a bit skinnier than everyone else. You can see these others are just... This little cub that's going to come running up now, he is just milk-fed. Right at our car. You literally couldn't get closer if this lioness was sitting on top of Brian. So Brian, no sudden movements if you don't mind. Brian absolutely knows what to do where he is at the moment, surrounded by lion. It is a little bit disconcerting being surrounded by these great cats. I must be honest with you, there's nothing that stops them from jumping in here. And especially if a mother decides that we're all of a sudden a threat to her babies. So we're not going to be starting the car. We're also not going to be making any sudden movement. And although I'm constantly talking, that doesn't seem to be bothering this lioness at all. You can see her ears are not pricked towards me whatsoever. She's listening intently to the bush around her rather than to me. I've heard something in the mist and the darkness. They've managed to get these cubs now up onto the bank, but I must be honest, I don't think they have control of these cubs at all. Let's see what these lionesses do. Here comes a cub running down the road at us. Hello there. What are you going to do? Are you going to walk past us? Behind us? Isn't this great? Oh, have a look at this. Okay, sit still, Brian. You've got a lion behind you. Brian, lost in the moment, is shifting on the car.
Still very aware of her, don't you worry.
Got this lioness eyeballing him. Okay, she's moving, but she's okay. She's going to come out on your left-hand side now. There you go. Got this lioness literally underneath our bottoms here. Oh. Whoa, whoa, whoa. All right, let's this last cub just come through here. His mother's getting them going. She wants to pick him up and move him past the car. He's reluctant to come past. There's obviously not too much space. Oh. I tell you, that is enough to give you the hair standing up on your back of your neck. I think we are probably going to have to make some space for this youngster, but I don't quite know where we're going to go. So I think what I want to do, Brian, is there a line behind you? Okay, I'm going to make some space for this cub, only because I think he's going to be left behind, and I just want him to not have to walk off the edge of this dam wall. Shame, and then he's gone and walked off the dam wall anyway. All right, these mothers have finally got all their cubs under control and are now moving back in the original direction that they were walking in the first place. While we get in front of them a little bit, I just want to update everybody on the radio. Our station's 3 Lioness and Nkuhuma Cubs on mobile on the Gari Cut line in a southerly direction at the moment. One station in this position. All right, so while we're waiting for these lions to come out of this particular depression and while we get into a new place, I'm sure Brent wants to say hello and give an update. I'm just trying to shake this lion out of my mind, but see you in a bit. We have got these Nkuhumas now crossing the bridge here in front of us. Isn't that just wonderful? Are you welcome to? I am live, so please just make your way into the sighting. We're on Central, crossing the drainage line. They're taking their time walking today, and I think these lionesses are hungry, to be honest with you. You can hear them listening. I don't want to disturb a hunt that may be taking place. These lionesses are walking, they are listening intently, and that to me tells me, although they have their cubs in attendance with them, they are still hunting, using the mist as cover. Go forward a little bit. How I like following lions is I look at their ears, and if the lioness listens to me rather than listening to the bush, I know that I'm getting too close. Ooh, I suppose. Ow! Squeaking off these brakes, not making it easy for them. Michael, you're absolutely right. Look like toddlers that have had too much sugar and they're all over the place. I totally agree with you, Michael. They're just this uncontrollable rabble. As they get a little bit older, of course, they'll become a bit more focused, and their games of catch and play that they're doing with themselves, or cats and mouse that they do, will turn into more serious observations of their mothers. See if I can go forward without squeaking too much. Ow, 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 ow. Sorry. Cheetah in India, you want to know how long it takes the cubs to start roaring. They can actually roar even now, although it doesn't sound like a roar, it sounds more like a long meow. But if this pride had to do a communal roar, which is very likely in the event of another pride encroaching on their area, they will all roar together, and it does sound pretty weird. Even at this young age, that roaring reflex will be prevalent. Let's go forward a little bit. I think they're actually going into this thick stuff here. We're going to lose visual in the next couple of minutes if they carry on in this direction that they're walking in. And it just affords us the chance to watch them for a few more minutes. They might actually lie up here for the day. The sun is now coming out, which means that they've lost the advantage of darkness for hunting. I'm not sure why they moved from where they were at Gallagher Pan. My gut feel tells me that hunting has been poor around the pan, and it's, I think, simply because of that male that was just pestering there. These ladies haven't been able to hunt effectively for some time now. And I think what's happening is they've been forced to move to catch something, and that's exactly what they're doing. Just quickly going to update the radio. The station Z Nkuhumas are now mobile in a northerly direction in the drainage line off of Central. The best approach now would be the big Jackalberry on Gowrie Cut line, accessing the drainage line from there. You should get them visual from the Jackalberry. So I'm just busy updating. There's another vehicle that's coming to have a look at these lion, and I'm just keeping them fully updated of, because this little cub doesn't want to jump off this bridge. He's just going to get a helping hand from his brother. Push him over. Boom. That's how you do it. There you go. Jump. Boom. Cute. That was very nice. Hey, following the brother there onto the game path. Let's see if he takes that path. I think it's exactly, that is just adoration, sibling adoration at its best. Don't want to be left behind. Where are you going? There I am. Don't leave me behind. Watch this little cub will just start to call now and run, making... Come on, up you go. It doesn't want to be left behind. And there they walk off into the mist. We're going to try and go around and see if we can access this particular drainage line for one more point. There are two other vehicles that are coming through, and I'd ideally love for them to be able to see the sighting as well. So while they are walking away from us, and that I think will probably be one of the last times that we get to see these particular cubs today,